Hey humans, what's up? Today I'm making a short video for you of the top 4 exercises I think you should be doing to get your handstand. Let's face it, there's a bunch of you out there who want to be able to handstand, but you don't want to dedicate an hour a day to training to get your handstand. So what I've done is put together these 4 exercises. So all you gotta do is watch this video, listen to what I'm saying, practice it, record it, memorize it. I'll even have a little cheat sheet you can put your email in and it will give you a picture so you can look at it on your phone and reference it all the time. So basically you just need to include these 4 exercises into your daily training, whatever your training is. So if you're bodybuilding, just carve out, an extra 10 minutes to do these handstand trainings. Or if you're going to spin class, just add it in to your daily routine. And if you're not working out, just make sure that you've warmed up enough to do these 4 exercises. You want to make sure your wrists are all good to go, your body's feeling warm, you got the blood flowing before you go upside down and put all this weight on your wrists. Side note, in order to actually be able to do a handstand, you also have to know the form you're looking for. Otherwise, you're just like following these steps to nowhere, like you don't really know where you're going or what you're aiming for, and that's not really gonna work. So if you need to know the proper form for a handstand so you know what you're working towards, you know where your shoulders are supposed to be, then watch my other video called How to Do a Handstand. Simple, right? Let's get started. So our first movement is the crow pose, and you guys have probably seen this before and tried it before. I want you to rethink the crow pose and actually look at this form I'm doing so you can really maximize doing the crow pose. So I have my handstand fingers here. I'm squeezing my elbows together, so if I was to put a yoga block in between my elbows, it would stay there. Then I put my knees on my arms, and I take that momentum and I shift forward with it, not against it. I absorb that momentum and I go forward. In this bad form, you can see here, it's very hard to do this way. And that's why you might be having a hard time with crow pose. I was having a hard time doing it the wrong way. So often people collapse, they put their face down, but you actually want to open up your chest and look forward, shift forward, squeeze those elbows together, and have those handstand fingers. You're working on balancing and leveraging yourself using your fingers. So you take the weight and you shift forward. And as you get better at this, you're gonna lift your heels up to your bum more and more until they actually touch your bum. Okay, here's the bad one again from the front view. So as you can see, my knees are falling to the side of my body. My head is going straight down instead of having that nice open chest. And it was really hard to do. See, and if you were to try and put like a yoga block in between my elbows, it wouldn't hold there. I'm not compressing through in this bad form version. You gotta compress, you gotta squeeze, shift forward, and that is just not the case when you're doing it like this, which is very hard, and knees are slipping out. Once you've mastered the crow pose, you can work on the crane pose. You can work on straightening your arms. See how my arms aren't as bent here? I'm still working on my crane pose as well because straight arm strength is hard. But for the crane pose, you put your knees in your armpits and you go forward, shift forward, take the momentum forward. And then one day when you get really good at your crow pose, you can even do a single leg crow pose and you can press to handstand from your crow pose. There's a bunch of different things you can do, but definitely do multiple reps and set of the crow pose every day to help you get used to being on your hands. Next up is the classic kick to the wall. I do not like kicking to the wall for training how to do a handstand. I did not use this method for teaching myself how to handstand. But this is what you guys keep doing. So I'm going to show you a better way because it's too hard to come back from this bad form to this properly aligned handstand. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to have handstand fingers. I want you to have your elbows turned out, pushing through your hands so you're nice and tall. Core engaged, core engaged,
core engaged.
And I want you to find a straight line from your knees to your hands, squeezing your knees together, your legs together the whole time, and try and find balance up there. Because in our handstand, we want everything to be stacked, our glutes to be engaged, we want to be straight. So practice this instead of the kicking up, banana back. You can't come back to a proper handstand. See, this just doesn't work, sir. This just doesn't work. Just don't do this. Look at all this struggling. Okay, so this one. This is how I learned because I was able to do this one every day at the end of every single workout. So keeping in mind your handstand form, gripping through those fingers, it's trying to stack the weight in your shoulders. We're thinking mostly about our shoulders and our core, not about our legs. We're gonna kick up and we're gonna land softly. We're gonna do one leg at a time, 10 kicks per. But the whole thing is you land softly. So you might not even jump 1 inch off the ground because you need to land softly. You need to develop that control. And when you can land softly, okay, well then you're gonna kick up higher and higher. And you're gonna do 10 per leg and 10 together. And you just do that every day. That one's super easy to remember. This last movement will help so many beginners in handstands. Often people, when they go into a handstand, they let themselves sink. They let their arms take the weight and they compress their spine. But we actually need to grow. We need to elongate our spine. We need to push the ground away from us. So doing this little movement is going to help you build the strength to push out of your shoulders. I wouldn't recommend doing it facing the wall. I was purely doing it facing the wall so that you guys could kind of see my muscles, see where I'm pushing out of. You want to push harder, push the ground away, but do it facing out instead. Push out, sink. Push out, sink. This is going to help you develop the strength to do a handstand. I hope you just learned a lot about the 4 daily exercises I recommend doing in order to get your handstand. What will really help you is if you actually sign up and get your free little workout card that you can keep on your phone. It has all 4 of these exercises on it with pictures, and then also the sets and reps written out so you can easily reference it during your workout or on the go. Okay, so just follow the link below to get that free cheat sheet to keep it on your phone. Again, I'm Summer Fun Fitness. I hope you enjoyed this workout. If you did, let me know below and subscribe. Bye.